Archaeologists working at the Karahantepe site in southeastern Turkey have uncovered a monumental structure that looks strikingly like an ancient amphitheater. But here's the twist. It's 11,000 years old. Measuring 17 meters in diameter, this extraordinary site features tiered stone benches, human sculptures embedded in its walls, and carved heads, signaling a dramatic shift in Neolithic symbolic expression. Could this be one of the earliest communal gathering spaces ever built by humans? And if so, what does it tell us about the lives and minds of our ancient ancestors? Located 46 kilometers from Şanlıurfa in Tek Tek Mountains National Park, this discovery comes from Turkey's ambitious Heritage for the Future project, which has been systematically excavating sites across the region. Professor Necmi Karul, the excavation director, dates the structure to roughly 9,400 BC, with evidence showing it was in use for about 1,400 years. But why is this find so significant? Is it just the age, or is there something more profound about how early humans organized themselves socially? Unlike anything previously discovered in the Neolithic world, excavations reveal the entire floor, carved directly into limestone bedrock, with human heads sculpted into the walls and seated statues on the ground. The most striking feature is three wide tiered stone benches curving around a central focal point, where a prominent sculpture once stood. Professor Carroll explains, the focal point contains a sculpture, but opposite it, there are three very broad, multi-layered benches, almost like an odeum or amphitheater. The size and depth of these tiers suggest that groups of people may have sat here. Is it possible that these early humans designed spaces for collective observation and participation thousands of years before classical amphitheaters existed? Perhaps even more intriguing is what this discovery reveals about Neolithic symbolism. Earlier structures at both Karahantepe and the nearby Göbekli Tepe site prominently featured wild animal imagery. Boars, lions, foxes, and birds adorned T-shaped pillars. But here, in the amphitheater structure, humans take center stage. Carved heads and seated statues suggest a radical shift, from worshipping animals to celebrating human presence and community. Karul explains, these are highly unique finds that show a shift from an emphasis on animal symbolism in earlier periods to increasing human symbolism. Could this change reflect the rise of more socially complex, settled communities, where humans themselves became the focus of ritual and identity rather than the animals they hunted? Higher up in the Karahantepe complex, researchers have also uncovered a rectangular communal building, complete with benches carved into the rock and four pillars. On the north wall, a stone bowl connected to a channel hints at ritual use involving liquids. So, was this structure a temple, or was it something else entirely? Karul is cautious. If they were temples, their roles would have been more limited. Instead, it appears that their primary function was to bring people together. As hunter-gatherer bands transitioned to settled agricultural communities, they faced new social challenges: cooperation, resource management, conflict resolution, and maintaining shared cultural practices. Monumental spaces like this amphitheater could have served as venues for storytelling, decision-making, ritual performances, and communal ceremonies. With the emergence of settled life, communities needed spaces that fostered cohesion and collective motivation. Could this amphitheater be one of humanity's first attempts at engineering society itself? The design proved so effective that it would eventually inspire amphitheaters and odeums in classical antiquity, thousands of years later. Karahantepe is part of the ambitious Taş Tepeler, Stone Hills, project, covering a 200-kilometer region of southeastern Turkey. While Göbekli Tepe first gained fame, Karahantepe is now emerging as equally significant and even more complex. The site shows three distinct architectural phases over more than a millennium: circular structures, buildings with rounded corners, and finally, true rectangular designs. Each phase combined domestic dwellings with larger communal buildings, featuring interconnected chambers, corridors, and monumental rooms, testament to the sophisticated organization and labor coordination of these early communities. The amphitheater discovery is more than a fascinating find. It's tangible evidence of how early humans created both physical and social infrastructures, long before writing, cities, or metal tools existed. As excavations continue, much of Karahantepe remains unexcavated. Could the remaining portions reveal even more about the first steps toward civilization? What secrets did our ancestors leave behind in these monumental spaces? What do you think was the main purpose of these ancient structures? Ritual, social gathering, or something we can't even imagine? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey back 11,000 years to Karahantepe, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us for more incredible discoveries from our shared human past.